All right, we're going to see how long this holds out. Hold on. Can you guys hear me? No. Give me 1 sec. Okay. Hey, Amy, thanks for stopping in. Well, see, I can't see the little thing for my thing moving. Oh, there we go. Now I can. Okay. Anyway, today I wanted to talk about, oh, I forgot to change my little thing down here. Change this one. Part 2. Okay. Well, thanks for, no, I don't want to turn on the camera. I'm going to switch over to talk about container gardens and different kinds of gardening beds. I'm going to have to do share screen. Works with let's go ahead and we're going to start out at the beginning. I'll scroll back if there are any questions. Types, there's container and raised bed. There's container, raised bed, and garden. So your raised bed gardens, they can be in steel. Actually, these are water troughs that you would get like at Tractor Supply or something. I think you can also maybe order these from someplace like Lowe's, and then you can put in these and kind of go from there. Oh, we ended up going back to that. Oh, that. And then this is a kind of raised bed. Usually the raised beds, they can be all between, and you have like air down there. And then there's also raised bed kits like there on the sides. It has basically what those are, where the decorative panel down in there. And these you can find pretty easily. You can even have a whole bunch of different raised flower beds. Now, here's something else that I thought we needed to talk about. If you have a small yard or lake, even if you have an apartment, something with, that has like another option, which is you can use old pots that you find, use broken pots where you kind of nestle it into a bed, and put kind of nestle it inside, like kind of back inside the dirt, and then pull the dirt. So, and you can also use this like if you want to keep your garden for your dog. Now, these are some interesting it is flower beds or anything like this, but I like these. A lot of times if you go interesting ideas with these particular kind of, I would call it a raised bed, together, and you also use the plumbing glue or plumber together, put on, you can just put little small plants in these different holes. And I would actually, I would move them down to begin with. I would probably put them like maybe more than 10 inches off the ground. And this is something that you can probably even do any pots or garden beds or anything like that that you do. These are also great places for are willing to cuttings, or they'll give us, they'll split off plants for us. Seen some of mine that she had purple cone flowers, which is a garden safe or a pet safe plant. Had one of her friends purple cone flowers, and it's kind of just and friend plants, cutting them and stuff like that. Those can end up being versions. These containers, or until they get older, the plant gets older, you can take your regular flower beds, and that saves money when you use a smaller plant. And this is another kind of raised, but versions of this, they're stackable. It's like they're like stackable pots, and so they go that different direction. So they create a different direction, almost look like they're also someplace, but something like an annual or something, or start another smaller plant in or someplace else. Your plant is only size. Take part of it out of your garden, put plant. And then this is something I really like this. It looks like it's PVC that's been cut in half, or actually it looks like maybe like they cut off, but they put it, a cap at both ends and some chain, and it's a way of vertically hanging, it's a hanging planter. You put that down there at the bottom, and then you can put plants that you like that are higher up and keep. But I thought this would also be a really neat solution to create like privacy, to create a little bit of privacy away from your neighbors. Like say little postage stamp neighbor. This is a way you create some privacy. This is also window or maybe an apartment. You could even those chains that are holding it up. You could probably if you ask your neighbor if you can pull the chains down and around, and then if and then go underneath the planter, put any hole you don't have to in the walls or anything like that. Anything that's gonna create move out. But I thought a creative planter, and it is sun and a place all you need to create a sensory garden for your pet. You can pretty much need this. And this next one of a dog with a plant. It looks like it's mint and a tire. And here's why. Um, just because it's dirt, pretty much it's dirt that's mounded up. That's what I think of when I think of a. If you have, it's a vigorous growing plant, like again, like your purple coneflower. I can't think of anything right off the top of my head, but thing we can look and research a little bit more. But there are some plants that they're considered invasive species until you let it get out of control. And this is one way to you're not only is growing, so going there's not going to be as much of a temptation to dig in a planter like this because it's such as good or as much fun to really sling dirt out of. And these also dog can climb up on because dogs love to look out over their, my house I call my mini ranch, my dog's mini ranch. So, and they just enjoy sitting on our back patio and just an eye on everything. That's what dogs like to do. But all different stacked tires. Now, where you can get tires, I have asked this of a smaller independent them, can I buy used tires, and paint them, to kind of keep the from breaking down in my own yard. But, can I buy used tires from you? And they're like, well, I'd sell you used tires, but, we wouldn't notice, the shop or whatever. It's kind of like one of those wink, wink, just take one's I really get rolling on our garden, that's probably where I'm going to find stuff for my dogs to tire, or find a tractor tire from one of the burglars. Actually, I don't think that's the name anymore, but sorry, I'm getting distracted. One of the tires, I'm probably ask them if I can buy or have tires, from them. Different kinds of paint, and I forgot to do that until just now, but different colored tires. Um, them are a little bit nicer. And then the next one. And this is another unique found objects or repurpose, stuff like that. If they are in a home or building near you that is being torn down or replaced, sometimes Sunday you can do what you want, but this is another way that you can this. If you look at some of the spaces in between where they've put dirt as well, that's a picture of marigolds, something that repels garden. And yellows, they keep bugs off of, they repel bugs from your dogs. Last one, I really like this one. Now this is the perfect, kind of garden that you could set up for not just your vegetable sensory garden, or, like a little, kind of a scent bar, how they have bars. Perfect place where you could put some herbs and other plants with medicinal qualities, and then sniff around. And there's also kind of an idea of dogs. They just can't tell us. So they're going to know if there's an herb that's going to make them feel better instinctively towards that plant, and they're going to nibble off little bites until they feel better. Kind of like when we get to the plant part of this and selecting what kind of plants we want, are effective than just grass. So I'm going to go over here and see you guys. Danny, of plants to put, or different kinds of flower beds to put in our, whether it be an in-ground garden or bed garden. I obviously prefer the raised bed, just because those are a lot easier to work with. And they are a lot more flexible. You can do a lot more with them. So, but that's about it. That was really all I have for my presentation. If you guys have any comments or questions, please do put a comment in the bottom of this video when I'm done. If you would please give me a like or thumbs up, because I am very new to this. So that'll help me get into the algorithm a little bit more. All right. Thank you so much for your time today. Bye.